What's up, guys? I'm Low Life Spider along with Miller Girl 15 here.
As always.
And we are back with another Games of PlayStation Plus for the month of July 2015. And first off, we have the game Rocket League.
What is this game about?
Have you ever wanted to play soccer in a car before?
No.
Really? No? Well,
No.
basically that's what you're doing. Picture David Beckham in a car and he's playing soccer. Rockets and stuff like that. You can do flips, you can do bicycle kicks with the car, drive up the walls, all that stuff.
You know what this reminds me of?
What's that?
The Achievement Hunter guys did the derby.
Oh, yeah, in Forza 4. They did a soccer game with Hummers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, it's definitely a lot like that, except you can drive on walls and other stuff.
It's like indoor soccer, but way better.
And the coolest thing about this is you can unlock Sweet Tooth from Twisted Metal.
Awesome.
Except, obviously, no guns and stuff like that. But it's still pretty cool.
It's still fucking Sweet Tooth.
Yeah, it's still Sweet Tooth. That's what's awesome about it.
That game is like my favorite PlayStation game.
It's one of mine, too. Up next, we have STYX, Master of Shadows, and it is available for free on the PlayStation 4.
It's Assassin's Creed with a goblin.
Yeah, it definitely resembles a lot of Assassin's Creed, except you don't jump into hay bales and stuff like that.
Don't defy physics.
Right. You play as STYX, the first goblin, and he apparently wants to steal the heart of the World Tree. I don't remember exactly why, but in order to, you must be assassin-y and stealthy. You need to sneak, steal, and kill your way through the Tower of Akanash in order to reach the goal.
Isn't there like elves and he's on the side of elves?
I think that's kind of how the story. I didn't really get too far into it, but yeah, there's elves and stuff like that.
Like the tree belongs to the elves.
Yeah, but basically you can do things like create clones of yourself by hawking up loogies, and
it's so gross.
It's really gross, and you use amber vision to see in the dark, and that helps you like pinpoint enemies and stuff like that and objectives.
Doesn't amber come from the tree?
Yes, it does. So basically that STYX in a nutshell. Next up is Entwined. It is available for free on the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, and PlayStation Vita, meaning it's a cross-buy across all three.
It's a beautiful game.
That it is. You play as a fish and a bird that are eternal soulmates, but are forced apart by the worlds that they live in.
Well, one lives in the air and the other one's in the water.
Yeah, you can't have them living in the same spot.
Elemental opposites,
But
almost.
when they do come together, they turn into an awesome green dragon. And you guide each of the animals with the thumbsticks. So the left stick controls the fish, right stick controls the bird. And this game reminds me of like Guitar Hero very much so. Like when you go through the checkpoints, it adds music to the already background music. But if you miss the checkpoints, it doesn't add any music. It kind of like it acts like you failed kind of that section. But this game is very beautiful, and I highly recommend that you check it out. Next up is MOUSECRAFT, and it is available for free on the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, and PlayStation Vita.
Kind of reminds me of Pinky and the Brain.
Kind of, except there's
no taking over the world.
Yeah, the mice aren't very smart, and the cat is like the smart
it's an evil
genius.
Cat.
His name is Schrodinger, of all things, Schrodinger's cat. But anyways, in MOUSECRAFT, you guide your pet mice through obstacles using Tetris-type blocks while collecting bombs and blue shards along the way. But you obviously want to avoid obstacles such as the ratoids and other hazards like
mouse traps.
Yeah, mouse traps and stuff like that. And you want to get to the almighty cheese, of course.
Of course.
So use these shapes in non-Tetris ways, I guess you could say. Well, I guess you could say they are kind of Tetris-y.
Well, you don't want to make an eternal line.
Yeah, you don't want to make a line that'll disappear,
Yeah.
but you want to use the shapes to your advantage and lead them to the almighty cheese. So that's MOUSECRAFT. There's not much to it.
That's it. It's a puzzle game.
It's a puzzle game, and it's really addicting. And finally, last but not least, we have Rain, which is available for free on the PlayStation 3.
It's another beautiful game, very interesting.
That it is. It's beautiful. It's one that caught me off guard, and the overall gameplay is just unique. You are an invisible boy looking for an invisible girl who's being chased by an invisible monster, and the only way that you can see each other is if you're standing in the rain. The rain actually pours down on your character and creates an outline and defines the character. And
You're like Daredevil.
Like what?
Like Daredevil.
Like
you can only see through sonic noise.
Oh, okay.
And when the rain falls down, you can see silhouettes of people.
I get you. But anyways, you're basically looking for this invisible girl. You want to save her from these invisible monsters. You don't want to get captured. You don't want her to get captured.
Don't worry about yourself. Just worry about this little girl.
Right. Anyways, that's Rain, and those are the 5 free games that you can get in the month of July 2015, not including Geometry Wars Dimensions, which you can only get on the PlayStation Vita. And we will see you next month.
Bye.